G'day guys, Ross out here in the garden, and I'm sitting in front of a tub of biochar. And if you've been gardening for a while, you're going to hear that term bandied around. What this is basically just charcoal. However, instead of being burnt in a fire, it's been cooked in a fire or pyrolyzed. Now we've been making this for thousands of years. In Europe and Africa, probably in Asia as well, wood is cooked with very little oxygen. And what that does, it removes all of the moisture, and it also takes away the inside of the cells, but it leaves the cellular structure in place. The wood is then sold, people use it for cooking and heating, and it can be used inside the house because, one, it has consistent heat because there's no moisture, and two, there's very little smoke, so it's a lot safer than burning with wood. We use it in the garden, and what we use it for is we put it in our soil. Now, this stuff has a very satisfying snap when you break it because that cellular structure is in place. It doesn't just disintegrate to ash like normal charcoal does. It forms a home for the beneficial bacteria in your soil. And to get the benefits out of your biochar, what you need to do is you need to inoculate it, or charge it, or activate it. It's all the same thing. It means the same thing. So if you just put this biochar, which you can make, straight into your garden bed, what's going to happen is the bacteria in the soil, which are really, really important for the soil, are going to migrate in here. And they're actually going to migrate out of the soil into the biochar and fill it up like an enormous apartment building. So a piece like that, which is only, 2 centimetres, 3 centimetres, has about the surface area of approximately a tennis court. Okay, so big living condominium for soil bacteria. When you pre-charge it, you put it in the soil and the bacteria go with it, and then they will actually migrate into the soil. This is one of my 3 compost bays. I use this for bulk composting. So I'm layering it up now in middle of autumn. I'm putting in the greens and the browns, which is the nitrogen and the carbon layers, and in between every second layer, so I'm doing the brown, which is, in this case, I've got a bit of cardboard, and I've also got some coconut fibre. What I'm doing is I'm putting some of that down, and then on top of that I'm putting in some fresh grass that's just been mowed, and then on top of that I'm putting my biochar. Now I'm going to keep layering that, and what will happen is that will compost down, and as it composts, bacteria are going to breed in that. They're going to build up their numbers, and that bacteria is going to break down all the nutrients in the food. It's going to help, well, the food being what I put in here, and then that's going to make all of those nutrients bioavailable. The bacteria are going to move into these little condominiums, and they'll use that as a home. And so what will happen then, come spring, I'll take this, I'll put it in some part of my garden, and it has all the beneficial bacteria which will then move into the soil. So that is the essence of biochar. Now there's 2 other things that it does. Number 1, it is carbon neutral. You're actually, or even carbon positive, I've heard say. You can burn this and then you can put this into the ground. Now very little carbon is released in the process of burning. Some is, but not very much. This is put into the ground and it's basically permanently sequestered into your soil, permanently. This is permanent compost. This stuff here will break down over 5 to 6 years. This will not break down. There's some in the Amazon rainforest that's been there 2,500 to 3,000 years, and it just enriches the soil, and once it's in there, it stays there. So you want to make this, you want to crush it up into smaller pieces. Even that's a bit big, there we go. Small pieces, about 1 centimetre across at the most, or even smaller. And that's absolute pure gold for your garden. The other thing this does, as well as enriching the soil and permanently sequestering carbon, is it acts like a permanent natural water crystal. So these bits of carbon will absorb up to 5 or 6 times their weight in water. So when it rains, it'll absorb water, and then they'll slowly release that water into the soil. So that's going to help your garden as well. But hopefully that's useful to you. If you've got the ability to either buy some or make some, it really does enrich the soil. You put some compost and biochar in your garden, and you've got that beautiful black growing media, and your veggies are going to love it. All right, guys, thanks for your time as always. Till next time, happy gardening. See ya.